this week's video, I have put together another compilation. So this is a collection of different footage from past videos, edited nicely together. I think I'm gonna continue to do this every once in a while. One, because a lot of you actually really enjoy these, and two, they are super helpful for me to be able to catch up, brainstorming for new videos, finishing up any painting projects that I have, catching up on editing, working on all the product approvals I have going on behind the scenes, just catching up on everything and making sure that I'm not scrambling too much and rushing too much on my other videos. So I have decided to put together my top underrated characters. Underrated. What does underrated mean? Characters that are amazing and fantastic. I almost said fantabulous. Let's not say that. Yet they're kind of low key and kind of forgotten about. Like, I don't bring them back all that often. People don't talk about them that often. They're also just secretly amazing. I put out a poll a little while ago asking for your guys' opinion about what you thought the most underrated characters of mine were. I thought that was gonna be really helpful, but in reality, literally like every single person had a different opinion. I didn't see a whole lot of trends. So that was kind of not that helpful, but I did use some suggestions from that. The other way that I found these characters is by going through my guidebook. I have put a rating for each and every character. So I went through and found all of the either 5 or 6 star rated characters that are not brought up often in my content, in my projects. We kind of forgot about them. This will hopefully bring these characters back to light. Thank you for tuning in to this week's compilation, and I will see you guys next Friday. And this is going to be a template for a charm design because I thought, you know, if I'm doing some beaded keychains, why not make a custom charm for it to kind of add a little bit more creativity into the mix. I've made something like this before, but the difference between that one and what I'm doing here is beads and like 3 years. So you may be noticing something happening here. What the heck am I drawing? I had this idea to draw a lion, and clearly I'm struggling. The eyes are just, they're looking at me. Oh gosh, look away. It's creepy. I did this weird thing with the mouth and cheek area. That's awful. And then I said, how about let's add the body? Because clearly that's what's going to help this situation. Obviously, it did not. I think the problem here is that I couldn't decide on what style I was doing. I was very confused. I didn't have a clear picture in my head of what I wanted this lion to look like. He's looking more and more sad with each rendition. I think he's absorbing my emotion. And then his face just ends up going through a massive transformation. I mean, this is like thousands of dollars worth of plastic surgery right here. He went from like an old weathered lion with a face of regret to, ooh, I'm a baby lion. We've pulled a Benjamin Button here. That concept has always freaked me out. Anyway, Baby Leon is his name. Thank you. Oh, and did I mention he's actually made of cotton candy? No. Okay, well, hold on while I redraw this cotton candy 5 times. Jeez, it is not that difficult. Why am I struggling? Here we have baby Leon in his cotton candy.
I thought you said Leon was cotton candy.
Well, he is, but he also has cotton candy. He is cotton candy, he has cotton candy. It's like being a human with a pet human. What? Okay, now to turn this into a charm, I'm going to be using my loveliest
shrink plastic.
I have several videos making things with this stuff, but you know, it's been a while and I've missed it. So we just lay the plastic over the drawing, cut that down to size. Do that again for the little cotton candy. Okay, I did not need to say all those words weirdly. Now I'm just going to throw on a couple pieces of tape to hold those together while I'm working so we don't have things coming apart. And here we go, ready for the coloring. So from here, I'm just going to use some colored pencils to fill in the design. Here's where I realized I've gone a little too dark with that pink. He's going to look like pink lion Darth Maul that nobody ever wanted. No, I do not accept that. I'm starting over, and I'm going to go with a bit softer of a pink that's just a little less intense. Now I said, excuse me. I said that he's a cotton candy lion, and he is. I was not lying to you. Wow, that's bad even for me. So instead of the regular lion mane of hair or fur, is mane hair or fur? I don't know. He's got a big mane of cotton candy, and I just think that that's a brilliant idea. I added little dots to his body. No, he does not have the chicken pox. Those are candy spots. I don't know. I just thought it might look a little festive. I'm very carefully lightly outlining and finishing up with the details of that. And there, first drawing, but a done. So I can just remove the template, and now that that's gone, I'm seeing a couple places where the pencil is a bit thin, so I just touched those up. I thickened the very outside outline to make it a little bit easier to cut out. And then, by Leon, it's time to color in the cotton candy as well. And this one was real quick and easy, not much to it really. I just thought that this cotton candy would look cute with the lion, and it would also reinforce my cotton candy idea. So you know that 100% for sure it's a cotton candy lion. It's not just a blue-haired lion with chicken pox. We're doing the same dance again with the jump rings, the string, the beads, and let me just spoil it for you, okay? This one is definitely my favorite of the group. It just comes out so cute. Oh, look at that. Just look at that. Oh, it's so cute. I absolutely love the colors of it, and I was able to find just the perfect beads to go with the charms that I made. I think they all go really nice together. Love the cotton candy theme. Baby Leon, it's too cute. These are some of the shells that I picked out. Wait, what? Those aren't even the shells that I used. Whatever, you get the point. I'm gonna put these to the side and start with my clay. That's right, we're sculpting. And I'm gonna start by sculpting this fat blob. Whoa, wait, I misspoke. It's not a blob. It's not a blob. It's actually an octopus. Ew. Wait. It gets better because it's not a regular octopus, okay? Its tentacles are small. I don't like it. Okay. Recently I did a massive blind box unboxing video, and I got this Squishmallow, and I didn't know what it was. It's supposed to be a Dumbo Octopus, which is a sort of mini octopus with stubbier tentacles and Dumbo ears. Don't really like the Squishmallow. Sorry, I'm still a big fan. But I kind of think that these creatures are adorable in a really ugly, slimy, creepy, deep sea fish kind of way. So I've decided to create my own Dumbo Octopus character, and so I'm smoothing out each of the little mini tentacles. Oh, aren't they so cute? I'm not really into tentacles normally, but oh! To incorporate the seashells, I just kind of shoved them onto her head. They kind of seem like an afterthought at this point, but they are not, okay? They're very important to the storyline. Let's just wait. There she is with her little tentacles and her little seashells. She's so complete, except that I forgot her ears. Her Dumbo ears. How is she to be a Dumbo Octopus without her Dumbo ears? Several hours later, I realized my mistake. You can see she's already begun to dry. That's fine. I came back and added the little Dumbo ears. Whew, okay, I can breathe now. It's all fine. Once the clay had completely dried, which took just a quick 4 days, I used some puffy paint to just kind of shove into all the crevices between the shells. This should both secure the shells on a little bit better and make it easier to paint.
It's my patented method.
Well,
Patent pending.
okay, no, you can't patent using puffy paint. Then I noticed some little rough spots on her body, so I grabbed a sanding stick and just tried to smooth out those areas a little bit once the dust has settled, and I mean, literally. I'm taking out my strawberry and I'm going to paint her, the Dumbo, in this beautiful pink because, yes, this is a Dumbo Octopus, but I'm not going to go with the natural color of, ew. Is that even a color? What is it? Okay, I have seen them in yellow too, which is fine, but still, what about pink? Then I wanted to spice it up a little bit, and so I added orange onto the bottom, and I just kind of blended that up the tentacles. That's cute. It's a little gradient thing, and I added a touch of it to the Dumbo ears as well. Finally, it's time to address the shells, and we're gonna get interrupted here because I painted one orange and then one like that, and then boom, it's a little clay poop flake jumping in and out of nowhere. Poop flake. No, it's a cherry. I wanted to fill that spot in the center of the shells because it was weirdly empty, so I stuck a cherry in there and just super glued the little stem in place. Yeah, resume painting. The cherry may actually seem out of place here, but it's not, because all of these shells are actually fruits. They're just pretending to be shells. No, that's wrong. They're shells pretending to be fruits. What's the deal here? Is anyone in reality? Anyway, I wanted to make all of these shells fruit themed. I wanted to give my little cha-cha girl here one of those big fruit hats. She's a performer, so like she's gonna wear one of those fruit hats. What even are those? I realize now that I'm trying to explain it that I have no idea what those actually mean. But you know how you see the lady dancing with a hat made of fruit? This is her. This is that lady. She is the under the sea Dumbo Octopus form of the dancing fruit hat lady.
This idea is getting weirder the more I try to explain it. Her name is Cha-Cha, okay? She is very special. Each of these shells represent a different fruit, and if you can't tell what fruit they are, I'm offended. We've got an orange, we've got watermelon, a strawberry, and a mango, plus that rando cherry. Finally, it's time to address the face, and though the Dumbo Octopus is naturally so expressive, I think I'm just gonna take it up a notch because Cha-Cha is a high-energy girl. She is a performer, so of course she's got very exaggerated facial expressions going on. Maybe she's in mid-performance right now. Someone recently scolded me for not using sponges for rosy cheeks, so I'm trying it today. I'm not sure if this is the kind of sponge that I'm supposed to use. It did kind of work, but also I'm probably doing it wrong. It felt a little bit like just clumsy, so I had to use a brush to get in there and clean it up. Couple little last touches, and here is Cha-Cha. Aha! I love it. I love it. Okay, she, I think, is a pretty unique character. Yes, she's cutesy, and there's fruit, which I do a lot of, but with the shells and the fruit hat idea and the Dumbo Octopus, I don't know. I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I feel like this was a really fun combination of ideas, and I'm just really happy with how it all came together. I love the color scheme, and I think she's just adorable. Oh, she's gonna perform for us. Shh, stop, let's watch. Okay, well,
I was kind of expecting more, to be honest.
no, yay! That was so good. Okay, bye, Cha-Cha. And ha, this is what I want. This bear should look very familiar to you. What do you mean you don't recognize her? Guys, that's me. I'm looking right at you. The spark for this was draw yourself as an animal. Hence, me-self. It's me-self. And clearly, I needs to exist as a squishy. In order to make this happen, I'm gonna need just a few squishies. Just these. But let me not overwhelm you. It's a lot at once, and I know that you can be sensitive. So, one at a time. First, I needed a cloud. Not only does she have her head in the clouds, she got her booty in the clouds too. And this is the only suitable cloud squishy that I had in my collection. Not sure
Why it's blue?
but that's fine. I love squishing it. Something about just
Digging my fingers into a cloud?
The star is very cute, but don't get too attached. First thing, I'm gonna rip the star out of his home.
No!
I told you not to get too attached. No, shh, stop crying. I did save him in my parts box until further notice. That is the box of chopped up squishy parts that I've saved. What is even in here? Oh, a torso. Okay, some ears. This cone. Hey, I could actually use this today. Anyway, Cloud is ready. Now, for the bear herself, I found 3 options. Option number 1, this big-headed panda. You ready to see another panda death?
No!
I'm always down. Problem with this one, the eyes are very indented, the ears are too small, the body is too small, and the arms are down when they should be up. So the panda's actually safe. She's not good enough to kill. Then we've got these two, which are actually both cats, so the ears will need to be replaced. They both have their arms up, but this one has a weird, like, grabbing hand kind of situation. And while I'm at it, this squishy is just so ugly. I'm sorry, but like, what are your eyes doing all the way up on your forehead like that? I ended up going with this little fellow. Only problem is she's got a spoon in her hand. That is gonna need to be removed.
Don't take away my spoon.
I'm sorry, I'm taking it.
It was a part of me.
Quit crying about it. It's a spoon. After cleaning that up a bit more and chopping off that
Tiny nose that I almost didn't notice.
it's time to fit the bear to be, she's still a cat, into the cloud. So no worries, just have to chop off the lower half of her body, hollow out the cloud a bit, and keep trimming until the 2 pieces fit nicely. Then I'm gonna hot glue them together and simply rubber band, oh, that broke, okay. Simply rubber band them together until dry. And once that's ready, I did use the glue to fill in a bit because there were some pretty egregious gaps.
That's a lot of glue I used.
Next, I'm just gonna chop off the cat ears and bring in the panda. Oh, so we are gonna have a panda slaughter today.
Oh, goody.
I'm just gonna steal the ears off of this because Girlie's got some ears. Man, these are the largest bear ears I could find in my collection. So, sorry boy, you're going straight to the hopeless bin now. I'm gonna go ahead and put these new ears on, and instead of taking the time to actually trim those ears properly, I'm just slathering some glue all over them. Come on, that's bad form. People are watching this. What are you doing? Well, the ears are on. So now it's just the ice cream scoop, the ice cream cone, and a turtle. Yeah, do you not see a turtle in this picture?
Oh, yes.
He's right there. I'm primarily interested in the head of the turtle. I'm gonna use it for a cherry. I mean, he wasn't a very good turtle anyway, so he's probably better off this way. And now to glue everything on. The original doesn't show a really defined ice cream scoop like the one that I'm using. However, there is quite a bit of height and volume there, so I thought that using this little scoop may help to replicate that look a little bit. And once all of that was on, I realized, oh my gosh, the feet. I forgot the freaking feet. So I found the bottom half of this squishy. I immediately recognize it. It belongs to that pig looking unicorn. She's got some big old feet on her, so I'll take those.
Thank you.
And this is where things
Get a little hairy.
Yeah, I know, that's a gross expression. I'll try not to use it again. These feet just did not want to stick onto this cloud. It was a big struggle getting these on, but 2 gallons of hot glue later, here we are. I have just slathered that stuff on. I normally try to avoid using this much glue, but this was a desperate situation. With most of the chaos behind us, let's go in with the puffy paint to start smoothing some of this mess out. Even though this is definitely the ugly stage of every squishy project, I actually really enjoy this part. It's pretty satisfying to kind of seal everything together, and it's quite the relief because once this puffy paint goes on, there's very little chance of anything falling off or coming apart. But oh boy, this squishy required some serious puffy paint because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squishies stuck together here, and just so many rough areas that need special attention. 1 entire bottle of puffy paint later, and I still have 1 more coat to apply. So here we go. Looking at the mess that I had created, I was getting really worried, but I have put so much time into it at this point, I have to at least try to make something out of it. The next step is the white base coat, which really highlights all that lovely clumpy texture that I thought I was smoothing out. You missed a spot. Oh well. Then I noticed the face is still engraved into it, so I gotta fill that in. And I had a little visitor in my art room.
Can I help you? Let me pizza in.
I'm about to paint this thing.
Can I draw it with you?
Sure. Squeeze really hard. There you go.
And with the expert help of Mini-Me, the face is all smoothed out. So we get to finally move on to the color. I started with this color, but it looked a little bit darker than the original, so I added some white, and I started painting on that new color, but it still seemed a little bit too dark, so I added some more white, and half a container of white paint later, it was barely a noticeable difference. Close enough, I'm going with it. After doing that, I'm actually starting to feel some hope creeping back for this squishy. This may not be the absolute worst.
Yay!
Only time will tell. Next step, I'm gonna tackle the rainbow on the face. I has matching colors here, so let's do this. This bear is somewhat of a self-portrait, which I hate doing.
I hate this. I hate this.
Every time I've made an actual self-portrait, I've wanted to die, cry, vomit in that order. But this was kind of a fun version of that because it's a portrait of yourself as an animal. I didn't really overthink it that much. I went with a bear because I like bears. And I put a rainbow on her face because
I like rainbows.
and she's in a cloud because
I like clouds.
I added a bunch of dessert toppings on her head because
I like dessert toppings.
Shut up!
I went in to paint the cherry, which was kind of an awkward shape. Turns out cherries and turtle heads aren't always exactly the same. Good nugget of knowledge for you. After doing some miscellaneous touch-ups, I'm painting in the arms and the little snout, and here come her eyes, the little toe pads. Oh yeah, so the arms. Let's talk about them. The arms are not exactly in the same place as the drawing. However, I thought maybe I could just paint in the toe pads and fake it, but you know what?
No.
Who do you think you're fooling here? That looks ridiculous. So I'm letting go of the idea. It's just gonna have to be a little bit different than the original. I did go for a more serious expression on the bear. I like everything rainbow and sprinkles and cute, but I also come with a healthy dose of sarcasm and just a sprinkle of cynicism. Let's have that represented on the face. Finally, I'm gonna add the sprinkles. It's perfect. Here is the final drawing to Squishy. Now, there are some obvious differences between the two. However, I think it's a strong resemblance, and I'm extremely happy with how this came out, especially considering the questionable beginning of this process. I don't want to name her after myself because I feel like that would just be way too weird calling a Squishy
Moriah.
Ugh, I'm just cringing. And it's also not even supposed to be me exactly. It's the animal version. So maybe some version of my name. Elizabeth? Beth? Liz? Oh, she can be a Liz. Hi, Liz.
Hi.
Let's find out our fate here, and it is create an outfit. Draw or attach a picture of your favorite outfit here. So yay, I'm down for that. We're looking at good old number 3 here. Let's see, that's not gonna work because Cookie. Clearly this one's already made up its mind about what it wants to wear. This one's got a scarf. The more I looked, the more I realized this is actually gonna be a little bit tricky. Oh no, we are not doing that again. 20 minutes later and things have gotten a little out of hand, but good news, I think I found our girl. Here she is, my little bunny. I actually painted a smaller version of the squishy for my rainbow animal set. I love the shape of this little bunny. It's just
Too precious.
but this is also very plain and, dare I say, boring. It's okay, I have a plan, and this plan involves making a new friend.
Oh, hi. You want to be my friend?
Yes, I do.
And it just gets weirder.
Little do they know, something is about to ruin their friendship forever. Say your goodbyes, you two, because you are about to watch your friend get scalped right in front of you. Friendships can recover, they really can, but I don't think that y'all are gonna come back from this. There it is, it looks so cute. See, I told you this would be worth your friend's life. You may be wondering, why didn't I just use the other bunny and decorate that? I do want to try to spare a squishy life where I can, but she had her paws in front of her chest. She also had a missing tail and wings, which would have been a lot of work. So she simply had to die. Okay, taking some fabric fusion, I'm attaching that bow. Several hours later, she's ready to be free. You know what this looks like? Lemon. I totally could have made this into lemon. Oh my gosh. I can't though, because I have to follow the prompt. I'm just gonna seal that on and cover up the raw edge, skipping the base coat on this one because she's already white. I painted over this whole bunny, and once that's done, it's time to add the clothes. I debated a lot about what I wanted to do for my favorite outfit. I mean, favorite outfit. That's a lot of pressure for a single outfit. In general, I do prefer casual wear. T-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, and recently, short sleeve jackets, which are very specific, but I've been wearing them a lot to paint in. In fact, I was wearing one as I was painting this. I also love a good different colored sleeve look and the color block thing, so I decided to kind of combine all of that and design a short sleeve color block jacket with a matching bow. I added a bow to this outfit just to be cute, and now I've gotten all the colors in place and neatened everything up. I'm gonna use my metallic paint. Oh wow, big paint turd, big stinky paint turd. Okay, it doesn't stink, gross. And I'm gonna use this to create the little zipper. Oh, it's so cute. I also added some little stitching around just to make it look more like clothes. I don't know. Now the little hood back here is looking not like a hood. That's just awful. I'm going to destroy that and just paint over it. I guess there's no hood. I wish there was, but I couldn't do it. I wasn't strong enough. I couldn't do it. And since it's so sad that I can't turn this into lemon, I decided to add a strawberry.
What?
Which may not seem to make sense. Okay, it's not a lemon, but it is a fruit. So maybe this is lemon's fashionable cousin strawberry.
Okay.
Now for the face, I did some cute little cheeks and a very happy expression, some little pink feet, and that's it. Here is the before and after. I do think that the bunny has a lot more character now, definitely more colorful, which is a good thing. I think it came out really cute. I like her. I guess her name is Strawberry. I'm doing so well with the names today. What did I call this? The not bored sloth? Hi, Strawberry. Not to be confused with Strawberry, because that's something different. Oh my gosh, I have so many characters now. They're starting to overlap names. I'm just very happy with her. So next we have the sweet little bear with a cake. I love this one. I got really excited about it.
Ooh, I like you.
But in reality, the personality and detail on this is non-existent. Hello? Hello? Is anyone home in there? Nope. Not to mention the ripping and chipping that's going on all over the place. The actual shape of the bear is very rounded. It looks like her limbs are like made out of marshmallows. Hey, I know someone like that. So I think I'm gonna have to add a lot to this one to make something more interesting, and that's where they come in. These 3 squishies may not look like they have anything in common, but they do. They're all going to die for her. Oh, that looks weird. Hold on. Okay, let's focus on one at a time. This dolphin squishy. I'm actually kind of sad to see this one die. I really like its little face. Look at that, we're bonding. But don't get too attached. Next, we have this very awkward looking cat mermaid, and I'm fine with killing this one. Why is a cat wearing a shell bra? I mean, I get it's because it's a mermaid, but a shell bra on a cat? No. And finally, the most awkward of them all, that face. I'm also not a super fan of the body positioning of this, how it's like in mid-action. Something about it is frustrating. Why are you stuck in mid-jump forever? But anyway, this is about the bear, remember. I'll give her a quick sanding to prepare for paint. And oh, hi everyone, back so soon. It's time for some blood to be shed. First, I'm gonna cut off these shells. You didn't even need them in the first place. And now, these belong to you. From the alicorn, I'm gonna be taking that wing. I guess I'll hang on to the rest of it still, I don't know. And from the dolphin, I'm taking the tail and the bill. Okay, now assembly time. And many annoying little pieces means hot glue is the way to go. I'm gonna glue the wing onto the top of the head, kind of like a mohawk, and the tail onto the back, like a tail, and the bill onto the forehead. Okay, this is just getting weird. And one seashell here, and one over there.
Perfect.
All my pieces are in place, not too much fuss, and now I just need to seal them all together to make this permanent and fill all those unsightly gaps. At the same time, I'm also fixing up the rips that were in the squishy to begin with. Looks great. Time for the base coat. So you must be wondering what it is that I've created here. I could see how this might be a little confusing. Oh, well, it's time for color already. That was quick. I'm painting this orange. Does that explain things?
No.
Well, since this bear was so plain and bland, I wanted to do something that gave us a little bit more interest and detail. This is going to be a bear in a fish costume. So yes, that's right, I sacrificed 3 innocent lives so that you could wear a costume. You better be grateful. Okay, got the whole thing painted orange, and whoa, it's got a face already. Oh my gosh, how did that happen? So I'm painting the bear color just on the face. My thought was, this is a bear that loves under the sea so much that she dressed like a fish and she eats under the sea themed cakes.
What?
I don't know. It's kind of like Ariel from The Little Mermaid, but the reverse and a bear version.
It's burial.
Okay, not a huge fan of this color with that orange. Let's try to adjust that. That should be better. I probably should have just waited to draw on the facial features until I had finished the background color of the face, but I didn't, so I had to just paint around everything. I decided to paint the paws exposed out of the costume to try to give a little more detail to the arms. Once again, I'm going out of my usual order. I just felt like doing all the faces early, so we're just jumping ahead here. I gave her some sweet looking purple teardrop eyes, and then went to paint the nose and a little side smile, a couple of eyebrows. I say that as if there's another acceptable number of eyebrows.
Oh.
And then started adding some light, delicate blush on the cheeks, which I was almost done blending out, and then I ruined it with a brown streak.
Heck, where did that come from?
It came from my dirty paint paper towel. Well, gotta fix that. And now my paintbrush is falling apart. You're a piece of trash.
I don't think that's fair.
Back to the eyes. I wanted to add some little shading in there to make them pop a little bit more. And then of course, she'll need some pupils, eyelashes, and little shinies in her eyes. Oh, it's cute. Cute. Now I'm going to finally address the rest of the body. I want to use some dark orange to accent the little fish headpiece thing. Fin. Fin. And the tail as well. Now, of course, the fin is kind of a different shape than the normal head fin. That's because it's actually a wing. Fun fact. I also decided to add an outline around the edge of the costume to just define that border a little bit more, make it look finished. I added some little fishy freckles around. Okay, I don't know. Now about the cake. I went for a nice blue frosting. I was kind of going for a beach look. So the frosting is the water, the cake is is the sand, and then I brought in a darker blue on the bottom of the frosting to kind of give it a blendy, watery look, painting those seashells in purple to match with her eyes. But actually, I knew I wanted to do purple seashells before purple eyes, so I actually made her eyes to match the seashells, just if you want to get technical. Finally, doing some last touch-ups around the edges, adding in the layers of frosting, the details on the shells, the sprinkles on the cake, and no, I'm not gonna do it. The sprinkle song can wait till later because I've got lots more sprinkles coming at you, and you know the rule about only one sprinkle song per video, so silence. Finally, add her inner ears. Here is the before, kind of cute, but basic. And now, Burial is here. She's cute and a little less basic, I think. The additions made the design a lot more interesting and unique. I really love it. This one is just so cute. Boop, 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 boop. It's just one of those you just want to shake, you know? Yeah, so cute. I think I'm gonna go with this page, which says, create resistance. Draw something heavy on top of something light. And I have just the idea. I'm starting with my light thing, which is the lightest thing I could think of. Cloud. And then on top of the cloud, I'm going to draw a very rotund dog. And she is a Shiba Inu, which is actually my favorite dog breed, even though I've only ever seen one in person like 3 times. The thing about this Shiba is that she has a love so strong that it has kind of become her entire personality. And her love is of gummy candy, particularly gummy worms. She'll take the bears, sure, but the worms, that's where it's at. Oh, she's cute. Getting rid of my pencil lines, and I'm ready to add the color here. I do feel like this is kind of an off-the-wall idea for a character. It kind of came out of nowhere, so I wanted like a nonsense name for her, and then I remembered Nina.
What?
It's gonna be Nina. Okay, I can explain. So currently I am 9 months pregnant, literally ready to give birth at any moment, and still have not decided on a name for the new baby. I keep asking Mini-Me, you know Mini-Me, how could you forget this hand? I keep asking her, what should we name your baby sister? Because yes, I'd like to hand that responsibility off to my toddler, thank you. She went through a phase where she would say Nina, which is of course an actual real name, but we don't know anyone named Nina. She just completely made it up, and it was a joke to her. She thought it was absolutely hilarious to keep suggesting Nina. We were confused about who Nina is, but now I think I found her. This is Nina, the chunky Shiba Inu eating gummy worms in the clouds. I wanted to do something special for her design, so I added some yellow, red, and orange accents to her. She loves gummy worms so much, and she eats so many of them that she's actually starting to look like one. She's absorbing so much of the dye that it's starting to grow through her fur. It's a very healthy situation. Now that this page is finished, I'm adding my layer of Mod Podge, and here she is. Oh, Nina, you're just my favorite. Keep eating those gummy worms, girl. I want to make her real
So I can hug her.
and so she can share these gummy worms with me because they actually look really good right now.
I drew this black cat. The spark for that day was draw a foggy scene. I have a cat squishy, and they're pretty similarly shaped. I think I can do it. This cat is kind of cute as it is. It has like some nice galaxy thing going on, but it does look a little bit generic, so I'm happy to redo it. Let's swap it out. Woo, that is so dark. I so infrequently paint with such dark colors. Whoa. Oh my gosh, why is it so cute?
It's a black cat. Aww.
Scrub that paint off, taking the nice layer of skin off as well. Oh my gosh. While I was blow drying, I came up with the cutest name for this cat, Misty. Do you get it? Do you like it? Because she's mysterious. And because the original prompt was create a foggy scene, fog, mist, mysterious Misty. That's her official name.
Don't argue.
Let's do the back. Please don't ruin Misty, cause I like her. I have a lot of anxiety about the eyes because I feel like I need to get them perfect for them to look really cool. Okay, so it's like dark green on the top and then light green on the bottom. They're very large and they're very circular. Okay. Ah!
Poopy.
Got a little nose, her little inner ears, some little gray stripes up here. Have to do a very nice, smooth blend within this tiny area. Okay, that's actually not bad. Whew! pupils right in the center of the eye. Last step for her is the little highlights in the eyes. Wow, all right, there she is, Misty. Yay, I actually like her. This was just the perfect design to accomplish in a short amount of time that actually looks nice. I'm very happy with it.
Okay, so victim number 1 is this purple penguin squishy. Right off the bat, we notice it's got a mild skin condition, possibly dandruff. It's not the softest squishy I've ever felt in my life, but I won't complain. Except for the fact that he leaves dandruff all over my hands.
Speaking of dandruff, this video is sponsored by Head & Shoulders.
I'm just kidding. The actual design is pretty cute, except for the beak, or lack of beak. It's flat, so it looks really weird. But don't worry, we're gonna fix you right up. First, I'm gonna sand him all over to help my paint stick. It didn't help the dandruff situation though. Whoa, that's a lot of flakes. And I'm gonna go around and just kind of clean up the edges and trim off any rough areas. Wonderful. Next, I'm gonna work on trying to create a proper beak. What he's got currently is just pathetic. I got you covered. One snip at a time, I'm shaping a little beak out of memory foam. I hate doing this. It's so soul-sucking. It just takes forever and it's really, really boring. Snip, snip, snip. But I was really trying to be patient and just take my time to get it just right. I definitely don't want it to be too big. We don't need to overcompensate here. And a half hour later, it's finally ready. I'm taking some fabric glue and gluing that on his face, securing it with a rubber band while it dries.
Oh, he got lips now?
30 more minutes and he has a beak. Now that he's got a beak, he deserves a lollipop. How are those two related? Well, he's gonna use his beak to... So the lollipop. I've had this squishy for quite a while now.
This is a lollipop. That's so cute.
It has an actual wooden stick, which is interesting. Okay. We get it. It definitely has, you know, its rips and cracks and tears. I do wish the design was double-sided, but the back is just completely flat, so... boo. The majority of it is a very faded pink color with very clashing yellow and brown detailing.
That's so cute.
It ain't that cute. I'm gonna attach the lollipop to the penguin.
I want you to have it.
I wanted him to look like he was holding it. That looks like a staff. That looks like a guitar. That's dumb. Yeah, that'll work. So I'm breaking out the hot glue for this because there is no way fabric glue would hold this together. Hot glue wasn't even really working all that well either. So I tried it again, trying to add more glue and in different places, but it just was not holding. So I took a Sharpie, not that one, this one, and marked where the stick lays, and then I'm cutting into his
body
to create a little groove for the stick to kind of sit in, and this time it actually did hold. So quick, I need puffy paint. And I'm gonna fill all the gaps with puffy paint, both for aesthetics and to make sure that the pieces are secured really well together. Once that dried, I noticed that the lollipop was so heavy the penguin could no longer stand up. I've had quite a few squishies that can't stand on their own, but for some reason, I just really wanted him to be able to stand. So I stole a fishing weight.
A sinker?
I stole this from Jordan, and I thought that if I just slice open his foot and shove this weight in there, it would counterbalance the lollipop. It didn't really work, so I added a second weight in there.
Oh boy, oh boy.
And that seemed to do the trick. Okay, I'm gonna continue with my puffy paint, just seal and secure everything together, including painting over the entire beak to cover up the little holes that are in the foam, making sure to feather out those edges with my paintbrush so that I don't end up with a really lumpy surface, and covering up that gaping hole that's now in his foot. 12 hours of drying later, and here he is. So I'm starting with a layer of matte white over his face and over the lollipop, which I'm very glad that the lollipop worked out because I think he really needed that additional accessory. You know, he was just so plain and lonely. Plus, they both have bows around their necks. It's cute. I was gonna paint the penguin black, as you can see here by my sketch. Obviously, it's the traditional color of a penguin, and I liked this design for like 30 seconds, and then I got bored. So I decided to change the color of the penguin to a dark brown. I know.
Crazy.
It's not that different, but it made all the difference to me. I just felt like it was the perfect color for him. The black was really harsh and just so boring. Also, I like that it's like a chocolate color and he's holding a lollipop. You know, chocolate and candy and chocolate and candy and Oh, I forgot to film painting the back of him. Whoops. Speaking of mistakes.
No.
So I'm starting to go in with more of the details now. This design actually changed a lot from the original sketch. I wanted to do this weird dripping sauce on the top of the lollipop. It's an idea that I stole from myself from such a long time ago.
And this tag is really cute, I think. I really like it. The back looks like that. Oh! I always have to drop one at least once. But I'm really trying to not do that anymore.
I ended up ditching that idea because I decided I kind of like the lollipop as it is. Also, I made his bow tie look like a piece of candy.
So cute, so cute.
And I painted the beak like a light caramel color. I feel like using that traditional orange color would have looked like he had a traffic cone on his face, and it would have been kind of out of place since everything else is so soft looking. I gave him some dark brown eyes. Are they perfect?
No.
Are we surprised?
No, I'm not.
Okay, moving on. I tried to add some highlights using the light brown color, which is definitely the creepiest moment of the video. Yeah, no. Definitely changing that to white. I added his little nostrils, or I don't know, beak holes. Wait, do penguins even have that? He does. This is looking real cute, but it needs something.
Thank you.
That's it. I added some polka dots around. You may disagree with this choice. You may be stressing right now, but I just thought that it would be like a cute way to incorporate more color into the penguin and give him a little bit of a candy vibe. You can hate it if you want to. Just don't tell me about it because I can't handle that. And then I'm adding some cartoony highlights to the lollipop. So much for liking it just the way it was. It's done. And guess what? No.
Dang it.
Somewhere along the line, he lost his ability to stand.
I don't understand.
Let's pretend that that's not super annoying.
Why?
Hey, this is Mariah's husband, Jordan. Mariah's super tired from editing right now, and she jokingly asked if I could record something that she forgot to say in her voiceover. So here I am. Aside from the minor issue, this squishy turned out great. So much cuter than before.
I think that this makeover is just wonderful. I love it so much. Everything about it, except the fact that he has 2 completely useless fishing weights in his foot. But he's still cute. He's like a little Willy Wonka. Willy Wonka as a baby, if he were a penguin. A brown penguin. You know what, that's his name. Willy. Ever heard of the expression, so easy it's like taking candy away from a baby? It's actually not that easy. It's like his weapon. You can knock someone out with that.
Harry! What?
Hello.
Alright, okay. Where do I even begin with this koala? Although the design is really cute, the condition is not. It's not cute. We've got paint smudges on the face. He's moments away from joining the earless squad. Hey, missing ear squad. And on top of that, there's a clear slice through the top of his ear. He bleeds purple blood. I'm also diagnosing him right here with acrylic paint disease. Also, he has a little toilet paper stuck to him. It's okay. It happens to all of us. Ew. Enter fabric glue. Yes, I hold on the cap with rubber bands. I'm not sure what the problem is. I'm gonna spread some glue on the mutilated ear and stick a chunk of memory foam on there. Secure that on, let it dry, and once it's dry, I'm gonna trim down the foam and try to get it looking as close to the other ear as I can. Watch where you're pointing those scissors, man. Jeez. And that's it. That's the best I can do. I also tried to patch up the little hole that's in the cup the same way, but that was with worse results. and looks suspiciously like a pimple popping video. But hey, let's keep going. Now I'm gonna glue the ears back in place and then throw on a thick layer of puffy paint over all the cracks and repairs to seal everything together. Once that dries, it's time to accessorize. Rhymes? Don't get me wrong, I love koalas. I've got nothing but respect for them, brah. But I do want to change this into something different just for fun. So I'm shaping some marshmallows out of memory foam because this is gonna be a hot chocolate themed bear. So I'm gonna glue those on and then smother them in puffy paint to fill all the holes. This looks pretty weird right now, but just bear with me, okay? So I need to try to remove some of that disease by just scratching it off. I did remove a good amount of it and revealed this top secret message underneath. It says code or Cody or Cody? I don't know what it says. I'm going to paint the cup with a nice maroonish color. I just mixed a bit of brown with some red. I don't use this color too often, but I wanted something nice and cozy and comforting since it's a hot chocolate theme. The bear is supposed to represent the actual hot chocolate, so this is the moment when this guy loses his identity as a koala. No, it's not sad because he's becoming hot chocolate. Last time I checked, that's a good thing. Maybe in the future there'll be an opportunity to change something into a koala. Hint, hint. But yeah, for now the koala's dead. So here we go. It's got a nice cozy look to it. Yeah. Now let's do something about those alien marshmallows. I'm painting those white, which is the traditional color for marshmallows here on Earth. And then I'm taking this mighty chalk and sketching the face. This way I can wipe it off or paint over it easily if I make a mistake, which is bound to happen. Alright, so that's what we're working with. That's what I decided was perfect. So now I'm going over that with some actual paint. I did make his eyes closed because he's just too cozy to open his eyes right now. I'm adding some shading to the marshmallows to try to make them look like they've been toasted. This is some gourmet hot chocolate, okay? To finish off those marshmallows, I'm gonna spread some puffy paint around to make them look like they're melting because hot chocolate is hot. Back to the face. I'm just gonna put a nice little expression on him. And final touches, I'm gonna add some dark chocolate to the ears and coming out of the cup for some reason. And since this cup is such a large area and it's so daggone plain, I decided to add some snowflakes to make it more interesting. So here's the final squishy. He's gone to the dark side. Not evil, but he's just literally a darker color than the original. And I love it. The repairs went really well. You would basically never know it was damaged, and I put so much detail into this with the snowflakes and the shading on the marshmallows. It's like 1,000 degrees in here right now, but this little bear makes me want hot chocolate still. I just want to drink his face off. Not in a weird way. Now it's time for the tiny lost soul, and he's in some rough shape. Either aliens came down and sucked out his brain, or maybe he's just mind blown. Either way, his head got some problems. He's kind of cute though. Of course, the first step is brain surgery, so I'm shredding some foam to stuff inside his head, and actually this is one of the more difficult rips that I've ever had to fix because it's not just one straight rip. It's like 5 little rips that go in different directions. I had to glue one section at a time, hold it together, and then use my hairdryer to dry it, and I darn near melted off my fingers doing this. Would not recommend. And I just keep moving along, sealing the rips. And then I'm gonna use some puffy paint to fill in the cracks until we have Mango Frankenstein. And at this point I'm thinking, what in the world do I do with this? How creative can I really get with the paint job? So I used this shrink plastic pin that I made a while ago, which is actually the exact same size, by the way. I wanted to do something similar with the coloring, and I decided to give this paint a try, which I've never used on a squishy before. It's matte paint with tiny little specks of glitter in it, and let me tell you, this paint has 0 coverage power. It is so see-through, and this took like 10 coats of each color. Also, the paint has kind of a bumpy texture to it, which is okay. I don't know. I'm not sure I'm really in love with this specific paint. Somehow, I think the bumpy texture kind of works for the mango, but I'm not really sure how often I would want to use this on other projects. I didn't end up being able to completely cover his face, but that's okay because I'm just gonna repaint it on anyway. And look at this tragedy. I didn't like the mouth, so I tried to wipe it off, off. Why? Okay, let's try this again. It was really tricky to paint such tiny details, but that'll do. You know, I really kind of like the color of the original better. It's not as neon, but the shading and the additional colors on the new squishy is really nice too. And obviously the brain surgery was urgently needed, so I have to say overall I do like the new one better. Most of the squishies that get requested are the jumbo ones, but I'm really glad that this little guy got a chance. And this just goes to show you, you don't have to be the biggest or the smartest, because you know, the alien stole his brain, so he ain't that smart, to reach for the stars and achieve your goals. Also, this is definitely better to squish now.